first part of the question, though, Allaire, is why is this night different from all other nights? You're a pretty little girl, you know that? I have 2 girls myself. But anyway, why is this night different from all other nights? Allaire, all that you're asking is, why are we doing this? And this gives the head of the household a wonderful opportunity to tell everybody at the table the story of Passover. How the Jewish people were slaves in Egypt. Remember, Andrew? The people were slaves in Egypt, and now you're relaxed. Are you still relaxing, Andrew? Okay, you're relaxing because you're free, okay? And the Jewish people were slaves in Egypt for nearly 400 years. Campers, I don't know where you're at in history right now, but that was Jamestown, okay? That's how long they were slaves in Egypt. But yet God promised that he would free his people, that he would deliver them. And that's the beautiful story of Passover. How God is a God of redemption and how God always keeps his promises. Allaire, God always keeps his promises. And he loves you very much. He does.
He does, yep.
And so the Jewish people were slaves for that long. And if you stop and think about it, that was an awfully long time. You would think about 390 years into that thing, they might be doubting whether or not they were going to get out. Maybe 3 hours and 9 minutes into it, I don't know. But that bondage and slavery was a very difficult thing. And each one of us have our own little Egypts that we go through. I was telling Pastor Grady that I lost my father last August. I had lost my mother previously. I'm figuring out life now without having parents. You know, some of you probably have experienced things like that, or lost of a loved one. It might be illness, it might be a job problem, it might be finances, it might be a conflict. Whatever the Egypt is that you're going through or where I'm going through, it's always good to remember that God knows the situation we're in and his promises are true, whether or not we feel like it or not. You are so patient. You are so patient. Any of you campers know what happened to get the Jewish people out of slavery in Egypt? Who was the leader? Moses, exactly. And Moses went to Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." And Pharaoh, with his hard heart before the Lord, refused. And kids, adults, moose, it's never a good thing to not to do what the Lord wants us to do. So the Egyptians had to suffer through a number of plagues. The last of the plagues was the slaying of the firstborn. And in order for Israel to spare their firstborn, they were commanded to slay a spotless, unblemished lamb. And pour the blood of that lamb into a basin, take hyssop, vegetation that grows in the Middle East, and sprinkle it over the doorpost and over the lintel, so the angel of death would pass over their homes and spare their firstborn. And that's where we get the word Passover. God's means of redemption was through the blood of a spotless, unblemished lamb, a Passover lamb. Allaire, you are such a good girl for listening that long. You are so patient. Now the next question is this one right here. On all of the nights we sit upright, we are sitting upright and recline. Why on this night do we recline? And Andrew, do you remember why you're reclining? Why? Because you're free. Ding, ding, ding. You got it exactly right. Okay? Exactly right. Now, Allaire, the third and fourth questions are together. They're right here, the second and third bullet points. On all of the nights we eat vegetables and herbs of all kinds, why on this night do we eat only bitter herbs? And the fourth question, on all of the nights we are required to dip the herbs once, why on this night do we dip them twice? Well, Allaire, I'm going to show you this plate over here, okay? Can you come on up here? Will you show this to everybody? Will you hold it for everybody and show it? Okay. Okay, that now, despite its appearance, this is not a deviled egg holder. This is a Seder plate, and each one of these compartments contain one of the elements of redemption that people use in the Seder. And I'd like to explain these elements, but I need a few other campers to come up here and demonstrate, okay? Represent the mishpocha. Anybody want to come up here? Okay, you want to come up? Okay, I need gentlemen to come up. Okay, why don't you come on up, okay? Okay, you'll be representing the whole mishpocha. Do you two remember what mishpocha means? Yeah, family, exactly right. Okay, great. Okay, and what is your name? Lily. Lily? Okay, what's your name? Andrew. Another Andrew. Okay, that's good. Now, Allaire, do you want to keep holding that, or do you want me to put it back up here? Would you like to hold it? Here's the phone. Oh, okay, great. Okay. And Allaire, you can watch, it's Andrew and what were you? Lily, okay. Andrew and Lily, you're going to come up here, and once you face your family, you're going to walk out. Okay? So I'll come to you then. And Lily, I'm going to have you be the first person to do this. Now, Allaire, do you want to do it too, or do you want to just watch Lily? You want to do it too? Okay, why don't you come on up here? Okay, take a little piece of this. Okay, and Lily, take a little piece of it. We'll have the ladies do this one. Okay, now this is carpus, and it symbolizes life. And we would pass it around to everybody at the table. So Allaire and Lily, then you would take a container of salt water, and this symbolizes tears, and you put it in there. Put the green part in there. Okay, and then pull it back out. Okay, put it in there. Okay, now just take one little piece out. Okay, now ladies, you go ahead and eat it. Okay? Okay? Are you wondering why you did that? Yes, okay. Because life is immersed and surrounded in tears. And life without redemption, without our sins being forgiven by Jesus, is awful. It's immersed and surrounded in tears. You did a great job. Lily and Allaire, thank you so much for helping me, okay? Thank you, thank you. Okay, ladies, you can go ahead and sit down, okay? Okay, you can sit down now. Okay. Now, Andrew, do you still want to help? You still in? Okay, good.
Allaire.
Allaire, you can go down now. Okay. She likes that too. Okay. Well, the next item on the plate, Andrew, is the bitter root. Okay, and this is a whole onion. Dude. Who said dude? That's exactly right. I mean, that is a great response. But, Andrew, actually, you're not going to do anything with this. This is only on the plate to remind us that it's through pain and sin we enter the world. Therefore, the bitter root of life. You dodged a bullet. Okay. Are you still in? You still want to do it? Okay, good. Okay. The next item we have on our plate is called the maror, and this is the bitter herb. And what we would each do is we would break off a piece of matzah and dip it into the maror, a rather healthy dosage of the horseradish, and then you eat it. Andrew, you are so smart. You are so smart. Okay. No, I'll be merciful to you. Okay. I'll do just a little teeny bit. Okay. And then you, oh yeah. It wouldn't mix well. Okay. Go ahead and put it in there. Okay, now let me ask you a couple of questions, Andrew. Did you get a shooting pain through your skull? Are your eyes watering? Are your sinuses draining? Are you starting to perspire and you having difficulty in breathing? All of those things? That's exactly what should be happening, okay? All of those things. All right? You need some more? This is just plain. Okay, now are you a little bit curious why you just did that? Because in the Haggadah, the people are told to personally identify with their ancestors in Egypt who had to experience the bitterness of slavery in Egypt. And so when we take a healthy dosage of the maror, we get to experience bitterness. Okay? Okay? You're right. And so when that happens, we get to experience it just like the Jewish people back then in Egypt did. You did a great job, Andrew. Give him a hand.